Happy Thursday. Welcome back to Reality Water Cooler. I am Sarah in Texas, and this is our place to chat all the latest reality TV gossip. And of course, Jeff Lewis Live, the Jeff Lewis After Show, all the things. I hope you're having an amazing day. We have great weather here. I was super efficient and got so much adulting done today. Shout out if you were lucky enough, blessed enough to own a home or a condo or any property and you have property taxes to pay, maybe also have municipal utility district taxes to pay, like we do also in Texas or in my area of Texas. So I got all of that paid today, blah, blah, blah. Even called and got our recycle bin that was on its last freaking limb. Check out my Instagram story if you didn't see it. She has been limping along for such a while, and I finally made the multiple phone calls to ask. I got a nice person. Thank you, Jesus, because sometimes you do not get a pleasant person. And they are going to contact me. They're going to pick up. Our recycle bin is ginormous. I mean, I posted a picture. I've owned 3 different homes as an adult since I was 24 years old. And even in 1997, when I bought my very first home, they offered recycling. So I've been recycling for a long time. And please don't think I'm a great person and trying to save the earth, because I really don't think it helps at all, to be honest with you. I'm cheap, as you know, super practical. I love saving the trash bag liners. Yep, I sure do. I feel like everything I'm putting into a recycle bin just saves the space in my liners, and I don't have to take out the trash as much. So that's the reason. But anyway, so I got tons done, which also means I got to listen to Jeff Lewis Live, but I was pausing it. As you know, my senior daughter is already done with this semester, so she's home every day, all day. My college girl from University of Georgia is home, so I'm hanging out with her more, talking to her. So I'm clearly pausing the show a lot more. And so I'm not all the way through the after show, but we will talk about it a little bit and then I'll finish it later. It's just a busy time, y'all. I mean, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills was on. Salt Lake City was on again this. I'm late. I'm behind on watching those. Ultimate Girls Trip Legacy started today on Peacock. My girl, Kristen, Kelly Ben Simone. Who else is on? I've got Sonia, Dorita, Ramona. Got invited to the party. Shocking. Anyways, that is on Peacock, so I will definitely be binging that very soon. I also have to leave after this show. Pray for me that I'm looking for a very specific look. I think I've decided I'm going to go with like a black and white, either cropped or a blazer length tweed jacket for the $10,000 dinner Sunday in New York City. My 2 girlfriends, Angela and Isham, Shmangela and Bisham, have given me some looks on text, and I'm hoping that is the appropriate look. And also I won't have to worry about, I'm trying to wave to y'all. I don't know why I'm obsessed with this today on Instagram. I won't have to worry about steaming it once I get there. So anyways, I do not know why. TikTok is having problems. I don't know what's going on there. You'll have to switch over to Instagram or YouTube or Facebook. Sorry about that. Anyways, wear black on the top in case you spill. Absolutely, for sure. Okay, so let's get into it. I did try to watch part of Beverly Hills. Did you watch the most cringe kiss known to the world? I mean, it starts off pretty soon, and Mauricio and Kyle are having a conversation. And first of all, for Kyle to say that she doesn't understand why people are talking about her marriage. I mean, hello, you are not new to the game. You are on a Real Housewives show. That's kind of what people do. They make little subtle digs. They put each other down. They are definitely going to bring up your marriage that they absolutely see, like now we all do, the signs, Kyle, that something is going on between you and Mo, right? So it was super awkward. I don't know why Mauricio, I guess I do know why. You see it, they're on episode 8 now this season. He is trying to fake along the marriage. And now I'm kind of wondering how long they were maybe doing that to all of us or to each other, right? So I don't know who's cheated, who's cheating. men, women, they, who knows what is going on behind the scenes. But I feel like if you're on a reality show and you're getting paid for it, that this is like a charity thing, you need to be honest with us and come out, because I'm tired of guessing what's going on in their marriage and what's going on with Morgan, Wade, and Kyle. Like, I kind of want to know, people. It's been freaking long enough. But I haven't finished the episodes. So I don't know that we're going to see. I did see Sutton, and I love going to her Sutton boutique in LA. I've been twice now, and there is, TikTok is not having sound, so we're just going to leave it for now. Bye, TikTok. Anyway, sorry, TikTok was giving me issues yesterday and today, so I'm not sure what's going on there. But she says, I started this as kind of a little hobby, and now it's become a business. And I'm like, yeah, I don't even know that Sutton needs to work. If the numbers are true on what she gets per month in her divorce, I mean, that girl is just like bathing in money, like literally bathing in money. It's so crazy. Okay. People that are not bathing in money, Kroy and Kim Zolciak. Yet another police camera video came out yesterday. It is crazy. It is not even entertaining anymore. Not that anyone's sorrow is entertaining. I don't mean it that way, but you know what I mean. Drama, it is what it is. It's always going to cause more, views, right? More people chatting about drama and things. But to see this video of them in the driveway, if you haven't seen it, I did put it up on my Instagram stories. I think I shared my friend Alice resharing it or something like that from Page 6, maybe, or TMZ, who knows. I was busy with the family and like wrapping gifts and picking up groceries and trying to watch TV. So I was busy last night and didn't even see it till later. He's very angry though in this one. And then he's like, why are y'all even here? And the police are like, well, we were called to come out here and check on things. Well, who called you? Your kids. Someone in the house called the police because they are terrified of the fighting between you and your wife. He didn't even flinch, y'all. I mean, he is either, I don't know if he's got something going on. We're just speculating here. It could be just regular anger, regular fighting with Kim. He says that she's trying to like put on this facade that they're a happy family and all this stuff. And if you watch her Instagram, she is definitely faking that shit for sure. We're not getting a divorce. We are getting a divorce. Let me sell my shoes. Oh my God, we're the happy family at our kids' sporting events. Here we are at church. I mean, oh my freaking God, go to a freaking job. That's what will make us all happy. And it might actually help y'all's situation, and it might help the fighting. Because anyone that's been in a relationship or married knows that a lot of fights are caused by finances. They've got huge stresses with the finances, right? So fix it, do something, get off your asses. Anywho, but the fact that the police tells Kroy, a father of 4/6, whatever you want to say, because he did adopt Ariana and Brianna. Brianna and Ariana. What are those round? Brianne? Ugh, getting all the names mixed up. Anyways, he didn't even flinch, which makes me sad that he is so engrossed in the anger and the arguing with his wife, Kim, that he can't even think that his 4 young kids at home, Brielle, thank you. The 4 young kids at home, one or more of them are the ones that actually picked up the phone and called 911 for the police to come to their house yet again and help them. Like, this is becoming terrifying. And if y'all remember, if you're old school Real Housewives of Atlanta, tardy for the party fans like I am, Kim is on the outs with her mom and dad. Kroy's on the outs from his mom and dad. I don't think they have any family and friends left. I mean, Tracy Bloom, the chef, needs to take these 4 little kids to her house where maybe there's some calmness and, just let Kim and Kroy figure their shit out. Like, I don't know what they need to do. I'm going to start a GoFundMe for them if I thought they would use the money correctly. Anyway, she ruined him. Tell me in comments what you think. Are you team Kroy? Are you team Kim? Are you team get your shit together, both of you, for the sake of your 4 to 6 children, whatever you want to say? Okay, Kroy speaks to his sister, Lex Sheik says. Thank you for the follow, Veronica. They both need intense therapy. And with that costs money. Like, I don't even think they have money. I don't even know that they're in a position to have like health insurance. Like, what job, how would they have health insurance? I don't even know that he retired from NFL enough to get those kinds of benefits. First of all, he's young, but he wasn't exactly like a huge player. I mean, I heard he sat the bench all the time, right? Crazy, crazy, crazy. Anyways, let me know if you've started Ultimate Girls Trip. A lot of you, my friend Shannon texted me earlier and she was like so pissed off at Dorinda. So now I'm so intrigued. I heard that Kelly is calling my girl, Kristen Takeman, more of a fan than a legacy girl. And I'm like, oh no, don't you come at my Kristen. Like, literally, I love Kristen so freaking much. Like, nobody better come for her. And y'all stay tuned because she's talked about this publicly, but I've also seen the toe in question 3 or 4 different times. Something happens on this Ultimate Girls Trip vacation and her toe is injured so bad that she wears a permanent Band-Aid on it so every day because she can't even, she's waiting for something to resolve itself. I'll just say, I'll let y'all figure out what happens. And she can't get a pedicure on that toe. So I have seen it, and she hasn't told me exactly what happened. I didn't want to ruin it. I don't know what she can say or not, but I cannot wait to watch it. It is on Peacock, and I had canceled my Peacock because it went up $7 to $7.99 a month, and I'm like, forget it. I'm not even ever watching it. But now that Paris in Love is back on season 2, I want to watch that. Obviously, Ultimate Girls Trip. I don't want to wait for it to come on for free on Bravo, which is not free. The shit ton of money I pay on DirecTV. But my daughter is a college, well, 2 of them are college students, and she has a like $2 a month thing on for Peacock. So we are borrowing her login. So, when you pay for your kids' college and you pay for their homes and everything, the least we can do is borrow the Peacock login, right? For sure. Anyways, okay, let's get started with today's Jeff Lewis Live. I want to hear all your thoughts, what you think, any questions you have. We will definitely save time for the rest at the end. If you're on Instagram and you have a question, I'm not seeing it, hit that question button at the bottom. Then it comes up as an alert, and then I won't miss it as easily. So, Melanie, I love reading y'all's comments, by the way. Y'all get comfortable. Make sure you're following me on all platforms, especially join the Jeff Lewis Obsessed Facebook group. If you're in New York, Manhattan, and can meet up Monday, December 18th. If you were in LA and you can meet up December 21st next week at 4 p.m. in Hollywood, let us know. Okay, Melanie's, and that's where all the Facebook, it's all on the Facebook events. I thought Chef Tracy was on the outs with Kim and Kroy. They still follow each other, and I've seen Kim and Kroy tag her in some stuff, so I'm assuming everything is somewhat okay. Somebody says, did you see that Kim came back from getting her hair done? Her nails are all done. She's still driving a Range Rover while he's screaming and hollering, what am I missing? Yeah, she keeps tagging the nail salon, so I sort of wonder if she's getting a deal or something because she keeps taking her and, what do they have? 4 of the 6 kids are girls, right? The 2 older, no. The only Kaya is the only girl from the younger set of 4 with Kroy, and then the 2 older girls. So 3 daughters. I love taking my daughters to get their nails done, but I can also pay for it, and I can also pay my Target bill in full. So, and we also have health insurance. So, and the police aren't knocking on our door. Oh, that sounded super judgy. I'm just sick of it. I'm just, for the sake of the kids, for the sake of them, it's almost becoming like one of those things, like with Britney Spears, where I'm starting to get anxious about my TMZ alerts. Like, I feel like something's going to go really awry and it's going to be a complete Dateline podcast episode. Yeah. I'm not being judgy. I'm saying the truth. Yeah. Sadly, I'm very concerned for them. So anyways, okay. Speaking of very concerned, I thought I was going to be concerned for Taylor Armstrong and Doug Budin, not Doug, to be on today, but actually I wasn't. Taylor sounded super good. I was sort of wondering how she was going to be with the very recent news that she is not asked to return to Real Housewives of OC. So, as you know, she was on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Horrible things happened in her personal life with her ex-husband, the father of her only daughter. Then she got remarried. Is she married? I think she's legally married. Got remarried, moved to Colorado. Now they've moved back to OC. So she was invited to be on OC. I mean, I thought she did a good enough job. Do I really care for her? Do I think it's good for her to be on OC? Probably not. I felt like she was just a little messy. We all saw the video of her coming out of Craig's or one of those fancy restaurants, and she was clearly sloppy drunk. I felt like at that point, your husband needs to protect you, or somebody needs to protect you and be like, no, we're not talking to the press. We're not talking to TMZ, Page Six, whoever it was, and sounding really sloppy. And those of us that are moms, especially to teenagers and especially even more to daughters that are, if you're in the public eye like her daughter Kennedy, hopefully, well, not hopefully, I don't mean it that way. You know what I mean? I'm assuming Kennedy was mortified to see that video and some of the behaviors. And I'm kind of surprised Jeff didn't bring up Taylor's house. It is so outdated, y'all. It just looks like somebody's grandma's house. We only caught a few glimpses of it early in the season when Heather Dubrow, of all people, the richest of rich, came to visit. She didn't say anything about her house. I think she actually complimented her. But I was looking at it like, honey, this is not up to par. I want to see super aspirational. I want to see updated. I want to see super cute. I don't really care the design aesthetic, but I don't want it to look like it was done, like it's some rental from like 1982. It reminded me of the freaking vacation rental that they put the Salt Lake City girls in that first girls trip. And I was like, the producers did them so wrong in this for sure. Jen Lee says, I'm sad that Taylor won't be back, but next season will be so good. The Shannon, John Jansen, Alexis stuff. I mean, I sort of wonder when they start recording though, because that Taylor's house was all over everything I was reading. We were all talking about her house, or bitching about her house, whatever, being catty, just being honest. Anyways, I loved that Jeff, I already saw, I think in the Jeff Lewis Obsessed Facebook group, somebody was saying that Jeff shouldn't have been talking about all the details and kind of judging the whole John Jansen thing. He and Shannon are really good friends. Like they really are. So I think he probably knows a lot of details that he chooses not to say publicly to protect Shannon. But I also feel like he is saying out loud, if I know those if I knew those details as a friend, I would be asking those same questions. I don't think until Jeff said this today, I really realized the details of like the gate and the long driveway, the front door being on the side of the house, how, it was seconds away from her apparently dropping off John. Like he had to have heard that crash. He was not asleep already. So how did he not get her text or phone call? Like, she had to have let him know, hey, I just got into a car wreck. Like, hello. He had to have known that she was super drunk. If he ever says that he didn't realize she was super drunk, did her blood alcohol ever get released? Was it like 3 times the legal limit? I feel like it took a while for a lot of those details to come out. And I don't know that we ever saw I'm getting all my housewives mixed up with all their sorry, y'all, I've already got the sloppy hair. I just took a shower and just didn't put any makeup on. I've already got my hair pulled up in a clip. I feel like I'm getting all the housewives police mugshots mixed up though. And I can't even remember if we saw one of Shannon. I don't think it was released publicly though, right? Can't even remember. But I think Jeff has always said that he liked John Jansen. I think the tide has turned. I think his opinion has turned. And I like that he was telling those details for sure. They also brought up the Tamara and Shannon thing. I don't even know what's going on with that. I'm at the point now that I feel like Tamara is just playing us all. She's playing the game. I feel like she kind of knows reality TV too well now. And I could care less of her if she ever comes back. I didn't love her this season. She didn't really do it. I would rather see Vicky Gunvalson back as a friend or a full-time, honestly. I kind of want to see her as a grandma. I kind of want to see her with this new guy. Like I feel like Tamara's just faking it for the cameras, and I can't forgive her or OC, the producers, whoever, the editors, for opening the freaking season with her and Eddie in their freaking kitchen, opening the refrigerator to talk about their Costco trip. I was like, this is not going to be a good season if this is all you have to open it with. Like, I was just dying. Yeah, and I mean, there's just nothing going on with her. Her kids are older. Her slimy son, like he just does nothing for me. Her other kids, I think, are at ages where they don't want to be included, or legally, maybe her ex Simon isn't letting them be included. Yeah, I kind of want to see and know the details on the one daughter of hers that I think is like 18, 19, that they've been on the outs for years. She went and chose to live with Simon, her ex. So I kind of want to see if they're mending fences, if they're on a better terms right now. I kind of want to see some of that. I'm not opposed. Ev Marge says, we need Kelly back. I am not opposed to Kelly Dodd coming back. Like, I feel like when people have strong opinions about you, and people have very strong opinions about Kelly Dodd for sure. But I feel like she knows what to bring, but she's also very real. She is alluding to something. She was kind of kissing Jeff Lewis's butt again today, saying like he's such a good friend. He's always been super supportive and motivates us to keep going with the Smasher, the Rick and Kelly show. I know that Jeff recently talked about pitching a show about his friends to the producers of Amazon Freevee. He doesn't want to be involved. I sort of wonder if Rick and Kelly are part of that. I don't really know. Yeah, you can tell in comments. I mean, it goes from, no, Kelly, she's a snake. I love Kelly. That's exactly the kind of person you need on a Housewives show. You need the fans to feel very strongly one way or another about the people on the show. And I mean, in some ways, I feel strongly about Tamara, but I don't hate her enough that I love watching her. Does that make sense? Like, she's not getting my attention with it that way. A lot of what y'all are telling me about Heather McDonald, because a lot of you let me know about her latest Patreon that came out today. She's still talking about Jeff and Justin doing her wrong. She's still talking about some small podcaster. I don't know exactly who she's talking about. She's definitely alluding to a story that went out about somebody that is a parent at her son's high school. And there was like some charity walk, and she made a negative post. And I can't remember if it was in Jeff Lewis Obsessed Facebook group that somebody put it in, or if it was in Daily Dose of Donna, but she's definitely hearing about some of the posts that go on in our Facebook groups. And I mean, I'm not going to babysit my Facebook group. We're all adults. I've made it very clear that this is a place to be respectful, but opinionated and not cruel. So there is a fine line, because some people will definitely feel like, oh, all they do is talk about, Heather McDonald. And I'm like, no, but Heather McDonald and her content is very related to Jeff Lewis and the reality TV, the podcasting world. So, it was definitely in the Facebook groups too. Everything is on Reddit too, but yeah, so definitely it was on Reddit too, but it was in one of the Facebook groups she was talking about. But anyways, so basically you need to have people that have very strong opinions about them to be on a Housewives show. And I think Kelly Dodd definitely has that. Okay. What did y'all think of the chatter about Jeff talking about how codependent he is with Shane? He is definitely projecting. I think he's jealous. He keeps talking about Frank, whose real name is Brandon. He is so nice. He's so cute. If you are not following Jameson on Instagram, or Frank, who's Brandon, what's his Instagram name? I forgot his Instagram name. Go and look who Jameson follows, and you'll see Brandon, his boyfriend. They are so cute. But I do believe Jeff brings up all this stuff about trying to make like there's an issue between them. And I don't think there's an issue at all. I think they're very respectful. I love that Jameson has a lot of independence. And they kind of do things together and then they don't do things together for sure. Oh, we talked about B Piper is his name. Yes, B is in Brandon Piper. Thank y'all. Tatia says, let's talk about Joey being jealous with Jeff. We definitely talked about that yesterday. So go back and look at the December 13th episode of Reality Water Cooler for sure. We definitely talked about it. Jeff is too much with his employees sometimes. I mean, definitely Jen. He very much gets involved. He very much cares about his friends. But does he overstep the line sometime? Absolutely. Is he super opinionated? Can he be wrong? I mean, absolutely, right? What else? You hate watch. What do we hate watch? The Housewives? I mean, I think a lot of, give me a break. There's people on here that hate watch because y'all send me the Reddit posts, whatever it's called, of people like line by line, like literally a transcript of what I say whenever they want to say something mean. There's also really nice things about me on Reddit. So anyways, but yeah, people hate watch, hate listen to a lot of stuff. I definitely know people that have told me they hate listen or hate watch. Rick and Kelly's Patreon, Heather McDonald's Patreon, clearly my show. So that's just part of life, right? It's kind of like people, like I've talked about, people that want to watch a car wreck, but then they want to bitch and moan about the traffic related to people blocking and watching a car wreck. It's just part of life, right? Julie says, I'm worried he's getting mad at Shane too much. I don't want him to be the next Jenny. I mean, I do not either. I think things are fine. I think they definitely have their moments. I mean, they must be together from like, I think Shane is maybe, I wonder if they even, I do feel like they're doing less and less together, partly because I think they were together so much with the show, Hollywood House Lift. I think they need a little bit of a breather, right? The promo of Hollywood House Lift, but also Shane is dating his boyfriend Brogan now. So love is in the air and I love that. But that is probably making Shane not be as available maybe for all these dinners. I also haven't heard Jeff talk about dinners. Remember how usually he would take a guest out to dinner the night before. Now I feel like he's either not doing that or he's got Christmas parties to attend. Maybe he's wanting to spend more time with Monroe and put her to bed and stuff. But I feel like he's either not doing that or he's not talking about it. And maybe he's just doing now the 30 minutes or 20 minutes, whatever they do at Sight Glass as kind of a morning thing for sure. I don't really know. Have I missed it where they've talked about doing the dinners? Because I feel like they're not doing that. Oh, Kathy, Shane is irreplaceable in Jeff's life. I love Shane and Jeff. And y'all, I told you about meeting his mom and dad. I mean, I feel even more connected once you meet his mom and dad because they are so nice. They're so cute. But I just feel like I'd be even more upset for them, for their son Shane, if something went awry, right? I would just die. Oh my gosh, Sean. Oh, I love that. Sean is a friend that I met in my teen years at the beach. Shout out, Sean. She says, I just read your comment. I don't know anything about what you're discussing, but I love to pop on and see your pretty face and hear you enjoying what you're doing. Merry Christmas. Aw, we need to get together, Sean. Anyways, a lot of my in real life friends don't have a clue all this nonsense gossip that I talk about every day, but they're going to know very soon because I'm going to tell them all about the January live event that I've been teasing to y'all, all the details. I've got a big call tomorrow. The date will come out. It's definitely in Hollywood. It's definitely in January. I don't know if I can give the date yet. I'll wait, but all of the information will be out within 7 to 10 days. So if you're in the LA area, I would just die. If you can come, if you can fly in, I would just die. I hope for us all to stay at the hotel, have a huge like chumpette party, get together, maybe stop by the Pola 2 boutique, obviously go take a look at Sight Glass right down the street from where they record Jeff Lewis Live. It will be so fun. I will be there from a Friday morning to a Sunday morning. So if that kind of narrows it down, when the event is a Saturday night, I'll just tell you that. So hopefully that's going to make it very easy for people that, want to drive in, or, they don't have to go to work the next day, hopefully. So I cannot wait to share all the details with you. I am just dying at this opportunity. It is going to be so much fun. So I will tell you all about it, Bextru, a live event. So it has, yeah. Anyways, oh my God. Oh, Kathy says I should go to High Tops with Doug. I don't think I've ever been to High Tops with Doug, but we can definitely go to High Tops Saturday night after this event. That will be so fun. Okay, let's keep talking, because that will just get me so excited. Okay. Oh, I wonder if it's done already. Yeah, it's done. Jeff already went to Monroe's Christmas performance. Okay, does anyone else but me think it's weird? I think he literally did invite Taylor Armstrong. Like, I feel like Taylor was at the premiere party. I did see her, didn't say hi to her. Monroe was definitely there, but I don't think they hang out like Shannon, or like MJ gives her birthday presents, things like that. I wonder though if this, I think Jeff's just an inviter. I think he just likes to come in with a crew. But I do think as Monroe, they're seeing like this woman with his dad that she probably doesn't know at all. And there's not going to be any time. You know how it is. When we go to our kids' school events, especially when you're in the first grade, they're just up on the stage. You may or may not even get the opportunity. Sometimes we would get to take our kids home early after an event, but sometimes you don't, especially if they're in the daytime when school is. I just think it's kind of weird to look up and see Taylor Armstrong sitting next to her dad. You know what I mean? Like, and I get it. I mean, shit, if Jeff Lewis invited me to come to Monroe's, Christmas performance, I'd be like, shit, yeah, I ain't got nothing to do. So I get why Taylor said yes. I think, she's a yes girl, and she's like, yeah, that sounds fun. But I did think it was kind of weird. And I think he was serious. Oh, that's true. Carm says, I don't trust how impulsive Taylor can be. And Jen says, I love that Taylor's always at the deck. Wasn't it Kelly Dodd recently, like, putting down the deck? She said it was kind of trashy or something. I don't know. Wasn't it her? Probably. I don't know. I would go to the deck for sure. I need another girls' trip to Orange County or Newport. That would be so fun. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Okay. Krista, Darla, they are so beautiful. I had a white one that lasted 2 years, but I typically can't sustain them. Are y'all talking about orchids? That's a fake orchid, right? That was in our bathroom. And I've had it since we remodeled our primary bathroom in the fall of 2019. And I just put it up here. So anyways, okay. Chris Courtney, Jeff invited her because they're going to see Pole afterwards. But is Jeff going to see Pola too also? I thought he just went and had a reading. Or is Taylor going? And how is he? Maybe they're off from school already, because how is Pole doing all these afternoon coffee readings when he's actually a teacher also Monday through Friday? I know I did ask him, and he said he is an amazing principal. We've heard him talk about the principal before. The principal basically hired Pole for his talent in teaching interior design and all these other classes he teaches at Fairmont High School. But he also knew that he would, have this, fame and stuff. And so I think they're very good about letting Pole off for events and things that they need to do that, I'm sure it's a thrill. Can you imagine your student being taught by Pola too? Like, that's crazy for sure. What do you think Jeff's reading with Pole meant? I don't know. I mean, he talked about snakes, 2 snakes becoming one. I don't know. He did mention the embryo thing for sure. I don't think Jeff should have another baby. I just don't feel like he should, for a lot of reasons. You can't tell someone's heart to change their mind. And I feel like if he very strongly feels like trying to have this other baby, then he will. I just don't feel like I feel like he should just have Monroe. But again, nobody can ever tell you, how life will be. I just feel like, like last night, I'm helping my 8th grader with an essay that was like comparing these 2 reading articles about aliens and like the math of aliens, the mathematics, and another one was, I mean, it was ridiculous. My brain was hurting. I was on the verge of tears. I had to help her with a thesis. And I'm like, oh my God, Jeff, in, 8, 9 years, he is going to be pulling his hair out with this. And so I can't imagine him also having another daughter 8 years younger, right? Because they'll be at least 8 years apart. She's already 7 years old. He hasn't even, found a new surrogate. We know he dogged the last one because the thing didn't work the first time. So yeah, I think it's a girl embryo that he has left. But when your 7-year-old is asking you for another child and he's not with Daddy Gage, I think he wants to give Monroe, within reason, everything that he can to make her happy, because you all want to make your kids happy, right? I don't think he has bad intentions with wanting another child at all. I think he has the best intentions. I just think you can't know what you're in for. And I think the difference between 1 kid and 2 kids is huge. I also think it would be very different for Monroe to keep going to Daddy Gage's and then this other daughter to not go anywhere because Jeff would have her full time. So I don't know. I know that happens, and I know that's life and blended families and all that stuff, but I don't know. Just saying my opinions, what I do. Donna Maria says Jeff will pay someone to do her homework. I mean, that is what nannies, help with, and house, keepers and things like that for sure. Somebody says, well, I accept this rose. You asked me for a rose, giving me a rose. Why doesn't interesting. Billy says, why doesn't Jeff adopt a girl close to Monroe's age? So many older children need good homes. Yeah, I don't know. Don't know if that's an option for him. Yeah, Andy had 2, so they'd have another one. Yeah, they'd have one another. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. And I think that's a beautiful thing to give your kid a sibling. I know plenty of very happy, successful only children too, though. But there's a lot of only children that wish they had a sibling, especially when you start dealing with maybe your mom or dad or both passing away or being sick or making decisions for them. A lot of people have told me they wish they had another person to deal with that kind of stuff with, which we will talk about in just a second with the after show, because they really got deep. I loved the after show today with Zach Noe Towers and Paige Davis. Adore both of them. I've met both of them. How many times have I met Zach now? Maybe, well, twice, duh. So some Houston friends and I 6 of us went and saw his live show here in Houston. He was so good. We met him afterwards. And then I met him again at the Hollywood House Lift party. I'm trying to think if he was at the after party. I don't think he was at Schmitty's. I'm literally forgetting. Can you believe that? Oh, I love that. Erica Mara says, I'm 10 years apart from my sibling and we get along great. But as kids, you probably didn't have as much in common, right? A 3-year-old and a 13-year-old is more of a friend type relationship. But then a 33-year-old and a 43-year-old are very similar, probably, right? For sure. Krista says, Melanie, you're so right. I don't know what she said. I worry about when Scott and Gage break up. I don't see that working long term for years. So Monroe is going to lose a sibling in Stone. Oh God, I can't even stress over that. That's going to be so crazy. Oh my God. Okay, so Doug went and got a coffee reading yesterday. They said he needs to get a dog. They said he has no snakes, which didn't surprise me at all. Y'all, Doug is the biggest sweetheart on DM, in person. Like, he is really amazeballs. I love him so much. He is truly all the chumps. Let me think of every single one of them. All the chumps are truly in person what you would think of them. They really are. Exactly. For better or worse, some I love way more than others. I love most of them, but yeah. I love that. Beckstrew says my favorite chump is Doug. I love that so much. We love Dougie, Christy says. Love that. You are slaying me today. Oh, I love when y'all are talking in comments. I love that y'all have become friends. Y'all, by the way, the Instagram subscription that I did has a chat that you can chat with. So make sure you find that. The way everyone is really getting to know each other and like chatting in there, it is so fun. I think if you join the subscription on my Instagram page, it's $4.99 a month. You get all this extra content, sneak peeks, a special Ask Me Anything every week on Instagram Live. I did start a subscription on YouTube also, only because there's so many people that are not on Instagram and they're on YouTube. So you can join that there, and I'll go live at the same time and I post the same content. But a lot of people are, for some reason, getting some error on Instagram that they're waitlisted, and that has nothing to do with me. Some people are having issues. One told me last night they thought an iTunes gift card would work to pay for the $4.99 a month, and it didn't, but it didn't give them that error. It still just said they're on a wait list. They finally connected a credit card to their app, to their Instagram, and then they were able to join it. So there's so many different reasons it's not giving the exact error, which is really frustrating, because if it would just say you need to attach a credit card, then people would know to do that. So basically, I started the YouTube one also because people cannot get on Instagram as they were. But there is this such a fun chat that everyone is really getting to know each other better from. And also all the meetups that I'm planning, the chumpettes, like in LA, we're all staying at the same hotel. We're having a meetup at 4 o'clock. So all that is on my Instagram. It's on my YouTube. It's definitely in the Jeff Lewis Obsessed Facebook group. The best thing about our community is getting to know each other. Some of you watch and you don't even know who Jeff Lewis is, and you've just started watching me and you've gotten to know other people. So it is the best if you can ever make a trip, drive in to LA or New York, wherever the event is, and meet each other. I promise you, it is so much more fun. I have met the best people from these meetings, and it takes a lot of balls to like put out there and be like, hey, I'm a Jeff Lewis fan in Houston. Does anyone want to meet and have dinner? The first time I did this about a year and a half ago, about 5 to 6 people said they were going to come. One came. Kim, shout out Kim. She has now become such a dear friend of mine. We've traveled together. We chat all the time. We're flying out again with our friend Diane. Diane came the next time. We have now like met for dinner like every other month. Oh my God. Shout out Todd. How are you? We have now met for dinner like every 1 or 2 months. It is, oh, Kim is on, shout out. And Diane is the one that won the tickets to Hollow Teeny. Last minute, she invited me as her +1 and said, we've got to fly out to LA and go to this Hollow Teeny together. We shared a hotel room together. We had a sleepover. Kim and Diane and I are all sharing a hotel room at the SLS Hotel for the December 21st event. So it is the best to meet other people and just have this in common. Because I promise you, if you think your community is like reality TV and Jeff Lewis, when you combine that and you meet other people with that same thing in common, it is, oh, Diane's on also. Shout out Reality Cowgirl and Kay Stromer, KR Stromer. Yeah. Anyway, it is so funny. I love that. Jen says, my son just asked me who this Jeff Lewis guy is. I said, you've heard me listening to Jeff. That is like my kids. They don't know anything about it, but now they do. Now they do know about it. Oh my God. Is Todd still on? Did y'all see his rocked out Honda Odyssey minivan? Like I've had 3 Honda Odysseys in my motherhood, and I'm disappointed that they never looked that cool. I did have a black one. I had this bluish gray color that was super cute. Then I had a tan one, and they were all the elite touring. So they were all the top of the line, had all the bells and whistles, but he actually rocked this minivan out like a dad mobile, and it's really cool. Oh my God, I love that, Melanie. I can't say how much I love our little Chumpettes community. I adore you, Melanie, so much. It is so fun. Yeah, Todd's reel on Instagram was hilarious on the van. He's got the dogs coming out of it. It's hilarious. Where are the hot toddies? Is there still a Facebook group, Hot Toddies? I think there is. That's what Todd's fans are called, Hot Toddies, which is actually so cute. The minivan was actually hot, someone says. Oh my God, hot. Oh my God, I love this. Dana Maria on YouTube says, so true, Sarah. I said, name them. to a friend of mine last night where we were gossiping. I did the accent and everything, but she had no idea. LOL. Get a new friend. Because I would know exactly. I'm like, you were talking about Sutton Stracke. She was in the kitchen at her house and she was talking to Kyle Richards. It was 2 or 3 episodes ago. I mean, that was the thing. When Kim and I met for dinner in Houston, I think we stayed for like 3 or 4 hours. We never took a breath. I mean, it's like she would say something, I would say something. We know all the Jeff Lewis people. We know all the Bravo people. It is so fun to like find your community and just have all this to chat about people with. It really is so fun. Oh my God, that's so cute. Michelle says, I am a hot toddy. For real, my husband's name is Todd. That's funny. Well, then I guess Carrie's a hot toddy. Maybe she's a hot for toddy. A hot toddy? Wait, isn't that a drink? Anyways, name them. Name them. Name them. Oh my God. Sutton is a mess. In her party tonight, oh my God, I'm so jealous that Jeff and some of the chumps get to go to Sutton Stracke's holiday party. Can you imagine? Yes. Oh, you are so lucky, Jen. If you have a best friend that also is a Bravo fan, that is the best. Oh, Morgan says, I don't think Carrie cared for the hot toddy thing. I don't know. I think they're cute. I think they're okay with people like, giving them attention. I think they're okay with it. Oh my God, we're already late, y'all. Oh my God, we didn't even talk about the Jeff Lewis after show. Let's give it 3 or 4 minutes, okay? So get your questions in. Make sure you're following me. Make sure you're subscribing. Hit the comment button. Hit the like. Share if you have a reality TV friend or someone that loves Jeff Lewis. Tag them in my stuff. I would really appreciate it. Make sure you're joining me everywhere. It goes up as a podcast immediately. The podcast is called Jeff Lewis Obsessed. The show we call Reality Water Cooler, but the podcast is Jeff Lewis Obsessed. Okay, so on the after show, Paige Davis and Zach Noe Towers are both single. They kind of talk about being single, but also how they love being single. So I loved hearing that side of them. They also talk about how they're both children of divorce, but Paige's parents divorced when she was 19, and that caused a lot of issues in her family and with siblings and stuff, or something caused issues with her siblings because she just now kind of got back in better graces with them over Thanksgiving. So, and she had a really good time in New York with them. But Zach Noe Towers' parents, I think, divorced when they were younger. So I think he kind of grew up more. And they were talking about which is better, like to divorce as a little kid, you kind of never know any different, or as a, teenager or young adult, right? Then they were talking about mixing friend groups. I loved this. I am definitely one that have always introduced my friends to other friends. So sometimes I've even had friends become better friends with each other than me, which is fine. Like I don't get jealous that way. This is what makes me nervous about hosting parties the older I get. It's because I never know when to draw the line of stop inviting. I never want to upset someone. Now, y'all can say people probably don't give a rat's ass about coming to an event or a party of mine, but I do stress over like who to invite. Like, oh, but they're friends with them, and then they could talk, and then they're in that mom's group. They're in my kids' dance class. They go to church with us. They're a neighbor. It just gets so stressful. And I think after COVID, I just don't even do it anymore. I'm just like, never mind. If I don't host anything, then I don't even have to stress over it. So now I just like going to other people's stuff. So invite me to your event, and chances are I'm a yes girl, and I'm always going to say yes for sure. Anyways. Oh, Oh, Darla, that's so cute. You have the cutest comments. My grandpa named his boat after me. Well, that's fancy, Darla. We had a boat growing up, but it wasn't one that had a name on it. Like it wasn't that big of a boat. I think it was like an 18-foot Wellcraft. Is that even a thing? Is that a common like fisher type boating boat like in Texas in good old Galveston waters? Oh my God. I thought that was my teacher friend Sal, but it's not. Anyways, but I love that we're talking about parties. Zach sounds like the ultimate host, and I am dying if I could ever get invited to one of Zach Noe Towers' parties. He talks about that he's not a big drinker, so he makes people bring their own alcohol to his parties, their own hard drugs if they're going to do that. And then he likes to give them a puppy chow gift. If you don't know what puppy chow is, like Alyssa didn't, I'm going to take a picture of it because Chex Mix makes versions of these pre-made in a bag, and we have some in the pantry because y'all, my pantry is to be desired. Like every teenager, every kid wants my pantry. It's amazing. Probably every woman or man wants my pantry. If I videoed my pantry, you would die. I posted a video of it about a year ago. It's a pretty good pantry. But it's filled so good. Anyways, but that's all I got. Then they were talking about Zach Noe being in a truffle. Yeah, Muddy Buddies is what they're called. So I'm going to go and post a picture to that. But I've got to go shopping right now. Wish me luck in finding the perfect tweed jacket to wear in New York City Sunday night. Remember, I will not go live for the subscribers Sunday at 7 Eastern because that's exactly when our dinner is. My friends Mel and Scott have so kindly invited me to come along with them to this $10,000 dinner with Jeff and Shane in New York City. I could not resist. I am just dying at the opportunity. So grateful. And obviously to see New York at Christmas time. I just love it. So anyways, thank you for joining live. I will keep trying to figure out TikTok. I don't know what's going on there with the audio. Maybe I need to reset my iPad. I did a test yesterday. I recorded a video and the audio was perfect. So I do not know what's going on. Maybe it's a TikTok thing. Anyways, I'm not going to get new nails because they're already still good. These nails are going to last me for Sunday. So I'm trying to put it on Instagram and YouTube. They're burgundy. Anyways, it's 5 of us at dinner because it's Jeff, Shane, me, Melanie, and Scott. Yes. And I will definitely do an Instagram subscriber only ask me anything before I say all the information publicly. I just don't know when I've got to squeeze that in because I can't say when it will be because last time after the Hollywood House Love party, it was like midnight before I even walked into my hotel room, right? So I just can't know how that night will be. So follow me on Instagram. My stories, that's always where I have the most updated information. And my Instagram lives go up as a replay. So if you don't join live, you can always watch the replay also. Anyways, okay. Bye, Chumpats. Oops, I can't get it to leave.